Real Sociedad have a new manager. Who is he, Alex? Reveal it. It's breaking news.
It's
sort of.
It's ex-Everton and Manchester United boss David Moyes. He's got the gig.
And what do we... So I think our chuckling's done with Moyes at Manchester United. Is he potentially going to have a good job here? Because a lot of people looking at it from afar would suggest that this is a much better fit than Manchester United. Well, what do you think, Paul?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of comparisons between Everton and Sociedad written in the press today. I think that's true to some extent. They seem to be a club that have made a lot from a little and become something of a selling club. And it seems a bit like they've sort of slightly run out of luck with that model of selling off your best players, like Griezmann, selling him off at the start of the season, selling off Bravo. And it seems like maybe that's more what Moyes would expect to come in and take a club of that size, that sort of mid-level size, who get the best out of what they've got, rather than Manchester United, where he was surrounded by egos and he was just sort of like a rabbit in headlights. It seems like a good fit both ways. They've got a manager who really knows how to work in that way, and Moyes has got that lower pressure.
Away from the spotlight.
Away from this, well, except in a weird way now the spotlight will follow him. I imagine Real Sociedad's been searched in English, or by people in England, more times today than in the past year. But yeah. It seems like a good fit. Whether the language barrier is going to prove a problem remains to be seen. But I don't know.
Look at them with those eyes.
Those eyes.
Those eyes can say 1,000 words.
He could do with a Jose Mourinho as a translator. That would help him, I think.
That'd be impressive. Yeah, the language barrier is always difficult, but he's not got too much money at all to work with. Do you think is that going to be well up his street?
Possibly. I think as Paul touched on there, I think it's similar to Everton, as in you've got to sell players to buy players, and I think it'll be more suited to that. And also, in terms of, it's probably a good fit for Moyes as well. There's a lot of comparisons that have been made to him and Steve McLaren after he had the England job. He went away, had a couple of jobs in Holland, won the Eredivisie. Didn't have such a great time in the Bundesliga with Wolfsburg, but now he's back at Derby, doing brilliantly in the UK. And it could be the same with Moyes. He's taking a time out, different club, different culture. I think his contract's only until the end of next season. It's only about 16 months, I think. So I don't know if that's... I think they wanted him for longer, but he was keen on a shorter-term deal, see how it goes, and maybe use that as a springboard to then go back into back to England, or maybe a bigger club in the Liga. Who knows?
And Nathan, would you agree with these guys? Positive and commendable, perhaps courageous move?
It's interesting because just the way that the La Liga is, you've got the big teams. The disparity is a bit more pronounced over in Spain than it is perhaps in the Premier League. But tactically, I think he could outwit a few teams above him with less money, that have more money than him, just because of the nature of the league. So, it's probably the perfect playground for David Moyes to work his magic.